Hey, what's up, guys? I am Bit2000 YuGiOh, and as you guys can see on the screen, we have a guest, Invoked 101.
Hi.
All right, so this is for my new series. It's called Behind the Screen, where we kind of get to know the guy behind the YouTuber, I guess. So and it's also a very chill kind of thing. So, like, it's not like I'm gonna ask you anything like hardball questions, or anything too personal. Like, no one's gonna ask your social security number or anything.
Oh man.
I know you're so disappointed. I'm sure.
I came here to reveal. I thought this was like
Expose, right? Oh, well, if we're gonna do that, I gotta get my journalist glasses on. Just
now you're just making fun of me.
sort of. Not really, but sort of. Those are the Grandpa Ben glasses, as I call them, because I wore them in a skit a while back, like it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Boomers be like, and I made jokes like, back in my day, we sacrificed our monsters and we liked it, that kind of thing. Yeah. I hope you don't mind I'm drinking my coffee, because for me it's morning time.
I feel you. We all been there.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a vampire, so in that aspect, like I'm more awake at night. Anyway, so your real name is Cyrus. You don't mind me saying that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
I've been a lot more open with it lately, especially in the Discord.
Yeah. Well, anyone knows, a lot of my subscribers, I almost said fans, like they're fans. Anyway, they know that my real name is Brian, not Ben, but I have the watch.
Yeah.
So So Invoked 101, what made you decide that as your name for your channel, if you don't mind me asking?
Originally it was called Team Northwest Warriors actually, and it was a
Oh.
team channel between me and a few of my friends. But they didn't upload at all. So I messaged all of them one day and was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna change the password and I'm just gonna change the password and make it mine. Okay, okay." And
They were
I
like,
was
we
playing
don't
Invoked a
upload
lot
anyway.
I was playing Invoked a lot at the time, so I was like, Invoked 101 because I was also in college, and I was like, "What's the thing that you do? Physics 101." I was like, "Sure."
There you go. So,
Um,
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Currently, I'm 20. I'm gonna turn 21 in June.
Oh, you're so young, bro. I am. Yeah, you're like uber young. I
Dude,
am.
you should have seen Nono when I showed up to his house.
He's
He
like,
was like, "How old are you?"
who's this kid?
Showing up at my doorstep.
Oh man, that's kind of wild. I'm actually a lot like I'll be officially 30 in 4 days, so I'm like a decade older than you.
Congratulations
Mm-hmm.
on the birthday.
Yeah, who'd have thunk that I was gonna live this long? uh, so I know that you have a partner. I don't remember what her YouTube channel name is.
On YouTube, she goes by Angel of Alchemy,
Angel.
also known as Mio Lammers.
Okay, cool. So how long have y'all been together?
We've been together for just about 3 years going on, but we were also kind of on and off in high school. So,
Well, I've seen her, man. I saw her on Instagram. I was like, damn. He's like Krillin. He's punching. He's not only punching above his weight class, he's slaying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to continue that joke.
it's okay. We went to a Renaissance fair, and there's a pickle guy there, and I was really excited because she was all about the Renaissance fair, and she's like, "There's a pickle guy there. You're gonna love him." And the first thing he does is insult me. I was like, "Guess I'm not buying a pickle," because he said the same thing. He's like, "Look, man, you're going way out of your league," and I was like, "All right, now talking to you." I was like,
Well,
I was having a bad day at the Renaissance fair.
oh man. Well, to be fair, like when it comes to, like, in my opinion, when it comes to women, it's like, most of us are out of our league. Just to be honest, just because ladies are awesome. Anyway.
I held her hand once, and I was like, "This is the closest I've ever been to a woman."
Oh man. So who got into Yu-Gi-Oh first, you or her?
Um, So it's kind of a weird thing. So she has a brother. She was kind of like um, moved around a lot between her mom and her dad, and one of her and her brother was actually into Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, or one of her cousins when she was younger, which was about the same time that I was going to like the Boys and Girls Club and stuff, where I was exposed to Yu-Gi-Oh for like the first time, like actually attempting to play it. But when we got together in high school, I was definitely the one who was like, "Hey, you should play this game."
So do you guys play? Like, obviously, since we're all stuck in this quarantine, is she kind of like your dueling partner, so to speak? Like, you guys kind of play the game together?
Oddly enough, I don't think we've played a single game since quarantine.
Really?
Yeah, we played each other a lot because we were planning on doing. I had a series that had to get canceled called Regional Rush, so I wanted her to help me practice with that, and she wanted to also practice because she wanted to play in some of the regionals at that point. But when all the stuff got canceled, we're like, whatever.
Yeah. Kind of would kill the mood to get your competitive.
Exactly. She was excited because she hasn't played in a lot of bigger tournaments. She plays very rarely at locals, but when she does, she usually wins. So
as long as she's not spraying her cards with perfume.
No.
I was hoping that you would get that reference. I was like, please get that reference.
No, she's not a My Valentine type. She enchants her cards because she has like a whole witch theme with her channel and stuff, and she does a bunch of cool stuff like that, but but she's not into like super girly stuff. Like, she doesn't even have her ears pierced.
I mean, hey man, I'm not knocking it. I mean
there was one I think it was Christmas
thing, right?
It was either Christmas or my birthday, because I have my ears pierced. Like, I love rings and jewelry and stuff like that, so she actually ended up buying me earrings.
Actually, it's funny enough you say that.
Yep.
See, I went like 80s, with the gold hoop.
I have xenomorphs and tentacles.
I've seen this hentai. I know where this is going.
I don't have them next to me. They're in the bathroom, but
see, exactly. I knew I saw this movie. that was Pornhub. I think it was hentai. No, I'm just kidding. Not gonna say that on camera. Anyway, so I'm sure you probably were prepared for a lot of like the relationship questions, because like you and her are kind of a duo.
A little bit.
You could almost say a delinquent duo. I have to make jokes. I'm kind of a goob like that.
No, it's all good. No, like I get you. I'm the same way.
Cool. Yeah. So maybe another really good question that we should ask is like how you and I ended up conversing. Why don't you go ahead? You can tell the audience how that happened.
I like talking about this. I love getting angry.
Go for it. I'll be angry right next to you. I'm like, yeah.
So there was a tournament held in a Facebook group. I believe I actually saw the ad for the Invoker Summoners Facebook group, which is for like Invoked players and decks. I saw it there, and I was like, sure, I'm going to join. And my buddy Owen, who actually is another Yugi-tuber, he ended up joining as well. So we were like, cool, this is going to be a fun little weekend tournament.
R2, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that... Oops, I keep bumping the mic. I saw that you and Zombie Queen, who I knew of you because you did a collab with Owen. And I'd also looked into some Team FTK stuff at one point. And then I knew Zombie Queen because she's from the area. We're actually from the same... area where so I'd seen her at the Tulsa Regional and whatnot.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, this can't be too bad. And when the tournament starts and we get through round one, but lo and behold, like, there was major amounts of miscommunication between the three hosts, and I was told by the dude, like, oh, there was only miscommunication between the other two people. It's like, that's literally the definition of miscommunication. If people don't get the full picture, then it's like, he was making up excuses. He called me an idiot.
Yeah, I saw that. I was all like,
I made a video literally about it, and then he went and deleted everything. So if you were even going to try and look for it, he went and deleted everything, which Owen told me.
That's all right. Zombie Queen got screenshots.
Oh, that's beautiful. Have her send those to me. I would love those to link in like an Imgur thing in my description. But yeah, basically, if you haven't seen I did a whole video about it when I was angry about this dude who called me an idiot because he couldn't run a tournament, which I then went and ran a Discord tournament either the weekend before or the weekend after. I forget exactly, and it went smoothly. My buddy, well, I want to call him a friend, but he was a friend, and he messaged me for a money tournament recently. Mm-hmm. He set it up in less than 4 hours, and it went super smoothly. Like, and it was the same amount of people, so I didn't get how he couldn't comprehend anything.
I mean, the tournament was so small; it was literally like 17 people. That was it.
It was literally like a medium locals. It wasn't even like a big locals like level.
And the frustrating part about that whole situation was like it ended up being mostly me who kind of was running things. So that's one reason why, is because he wasn't communicating to us certain details like 48 hours. I don't have time to do a 48-hour wait and get results thing.
That was a thing he never did either. He didn't put that in any of the posts. He edited his post to add that, which was ridiculous.
Which means he told individuals but didn't tell us.
Yeah, he didn't put it in the post. He was telling different rules to different people. And I very much felt bad. I felt bad for you and Zombie Queen specifically, because I was like, these are two smaller guys who are staking at least a little piece of their reputation on this. You know, like, so, because you have Zombie Queen, who took a lot of inspiration from Asian Persuasion, and and I wouldn't say she's his protege, because that title kind of belongs to Simply Slim, but she's definitely the oh god, I forget her name. The new Batgirl that's on HBO or whatever. She's kind of like that to Asian Persuasion. And you have you've been around the block for a while.
Oh yeah, I've actually I'm one of the older, age-wise. When it comes to YuGiTubing, I'm older, obviously. So I was, I've been around back when Asian Eyes and MCOL 40 and Mega Capital G were all like, tiny channels.
Yeah, they all started.
Yeah.
So I was like, I feel bad for these two, because they're putting their names on this, and
oh man, that was.
It made me glad that I was like, I haven't attached myself to anything but my Discord tournaments, and that's all I need.
And Zombie Queen said it best. She was saying like, he just made us both look like fucking morons. That's a quote.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he did, and it's that's. I haven't done another online tournament except for the one I did for money a few days ago. And that was just between friends. That was basically just locals.
Yeah, I haven't even touched an online tournament since. It's kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So I've been kind of, I don't know, if I choose to do it again, I will run it myself.
Yep.
And I'll probably
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, because I wasn't even what I was supposed to do. I was just supposed to do a live stream, like to do feature matches, and I was supposed to make the thumbnail for it. To advertise it, the Legends League. That's why you saw the God cards and all that stuff on it, because that's what Zombie Queen painted up. So that was like, okay, we'll use the gods, even though I was leaning towards more like using like legendary monsters, like that have it in their name or whatever. But nobody listens to Ben 10 because he's a nerd.
Did that tournament ever finish? Did they ever finish that out, or?
I have no idea. To be honest, me and Zombie Queen, like, after that day, we just, like...
Yeah, understandable. So even after the tournament ended, there was no, like, if it did end, there was no prize, of course.
I mean, he had packs to give people, but he may not... Yeah, but he it's not like, it's not like the players who stayed in and played it out didn't get something out of it. I just don't know if they've got the...
I remember this. There's a player, I think AJ, who there was a player called AJ in there, and he's an Invoked Sky Striker player, and I've always been wary about him after the Lenexa regional, but I'm not gonna get super into it. But I saw he joined, and I was like, this is a tournament. This is gonna be fun. I don't know.
Here's another fun thought. Like, is there always that shady guy at locals? Like, I keep hearing stories from other people, and there's definitely been a handful of guys who were super shady at my old locals before they closed. Just kind of.
I don't know if every locals has a shady guy.
Yeah.
I feel like you're definitely gonna run into the shady player more so at like a regional level or a YCS, or UDSs when we had those. I feel like that's where you're gonna hit it, is when like people are actually showing up for an event, not so much when it's just people from the area.
Yeah.
I do think that that's a.
Well,
I've heard horror stories from R2's locals though.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's given me some of his
Yeah.
horror stories too. I was like, shoot, damn, makes mine look like nothing, man. Like, I think the only horror story I have is like, we have one guy who I like never could beat him, even if I was playing the deck that would like the counter to him, and like, you know, it was always ruled against me. So it's like, and then come to find out the reason why is because he throws more money in that card shop than I had at the time, because I've always been a budget player. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm buying the dinosaur structure deck. He's over there like, it's time to buy the Shaddolls, or not Shaddolls, the Zodiacs or whatever there was. That was the big.
It was a Zoo. It was Zoo, Draco, and Dino was like the big three for a while. That's when I played Speedroids competitively. Hey, don't you laugh, but I was getting second and third place every week out of a 22 man locals.
Man, you know, Speedroids was actually something I wanted to experiment with. I just never could get a hold of the level 3 monsters, because like all the Burning Abyss players were snagging them up in my locals. So
they're so much fun. I love that deck.
Hey man,
that's my baby.
Everybody has a pet deck. Actually, you know, my pet deck is Lightsworn, actually.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, Lights. I remember Lightsworn. What is going on here? Hang on. Dell just popped up a thing on my screen.
Decepticons!
Okay, it's gone now.
I see Transformers, I know things. That's mine. Yeah. Lightsworn. Pet deck.
Do you have the new synchro? The Judgment? Hang on.
No, I don't have that one.
The jump guy?
Yeah, I don't have him. He's
gorgeous.
Not even it's a pretty card. I'm just saying, like, I don't, and I haven't really played Lightsworn in a while. Like right now, my more viable deck is dinosaurs. So, you know, because I don't know. I like a lot of the. Truth be told, I'm kind of weird. I've always liked all the dinosaur decks for some reason. Just so you say you play Invoked a lot, right? Is that still like your primary like competitive deck right now?
Yeah. I've been playing Invoked Mech Knight. So right before Master Rule 4 came out, I was playing Invoked, Artifact, Winwitch, and then with one invocation, because I couldn't get a second one. I was broke. And then Mio, she actually ordered me a second one. So the day before Master Rule 4, I was able to play full power Invoked. Ended up getting a third one after Master Rule 4 happened, and I played this weird Kaiju Cybers Invoked for a little while, and then the Mech Knights came out, and I didn't pick them up instantly because I thought the deck was bad. I thought Invoked Mech Knight was bad. And then this guy, he had all the Mech Knights, except for he was missing 2 Blue Skies, and he's like, I'll trade you them if you want. And I was like, I don't think I have anything for value. And he super hard negged just because he didn't want the Mech Knights. So he traded me the Mech Knights, and I built the Invoked Mech Knight, and I've been playing it ever since. There was a time when I took a break when Sky Strikers came out. I stopped playing up until Cybernetic Horizon, and that's when I started playing Cyber Dragons again.
So,
but
would you describe yourself more as a competitive or a casual player, or somewhere in the middle, probably like most of us?
I'm a rogue player. In a lot of ways. Like, I don't like playing meta decks. The most meta deck I ever played was Thunder Dragons back when Colossus was around. I played that for a little bit, but I never took it to an event. But like, I go to regionals whenever they're around me. I go to, but I went to a YCS Fort Worth, and I took Speedroids though. So I'm not like, I wasn't looking to win. I was just looking to have fun.
You know what is I actually, because I'm in the Texas area, like I honestly only was going to like Texas tournaments because travel's a bitch.
Yeah.
Especially because Texas is such a big ass state. Like, it's bigger than a lot of countries in Europe. It's ridiculous. And like, I could travel 100 miles and still be in the same damn state. But anyway, so if you don't mind me asking, what state are you from? You say we were in the same time zone.
Yeah, I'm actually from Arkansas right now. That's where I'm posted up. So.
Oh, okay.
I've been actually pretty open with the locale too. Like I was promoting the locals that I was going to for a while. I promote the one that I go to now whenever I can. So like if you're if someone was trying to find me to like play me or whatever or to murder me, all I'd have to really do is look up the local schedule.
Don't do it, guys. I gave you one warning. I'll turn you into a Karibo. It won't be pretty. I can pretend it's my channel.
It's good to have a gimmick, man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone calls it a gimmick. I prefer the term theme because
that's better.
That's because it's more of a that's what it is. It's more of a theme than it is anything.
Okay, so a question for you because I've wondered this. So you're I don't know if you're still part of Team FTK. I haven't checked on them in a while.
I am. I just haven't posted in a while.
Yeah, it's okay. None of them have.
I think that
shots fired.
I think the Creative Duelist was the last one to post, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Are you and Joker of YuGiOh like enemies? Like,
oh no.
Because he's like a bad guy and you're like a good guy.
Yeah, we've never really played around with that dynamic either because like he's a Duel Links player and I play the regular game. So
okay.
So we can't even go at each other. So
okay,
which would be it's a really missed opportunity, really, because
yeah, this is a fun theme right there.
I know we could have been like arch rivals or nemesis or something.
And you like light swords too, which is like the good guy deck.
Yeah,
like
I know.
So
I'm like the good guy deck. Yeah, exactly. I think he even likes like clowns and bad guy monsters too, which is really funny. I think the last deck I saw him playing was some kind of like fiend deck or something in the Duel Links era, but I have Duel Links on my phone, but I rarely play. So
the last time I played Duel Links was when they released Alistair and Invocation, and I was like, I need to play Duel Links now.
that's how it was made for me. Lightsworn. I was like, all right, I'm in. They brought in the Lightsworns, and then of course dinosaurs are actually still decent on there too. So it's just a different kind of strategy.
Yeah.
Like so. We talk oftentimes I have people on the behind the screen thing. We obviously are going to talk a little bit Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, but we also talk about like other things and like our personal lives and things like that. So, you've mentioned like your partner and you have been together for a few years. Do you all have any future plans? Or maybe nothing that you can't tell the public that you might see.
I'm working on getting this job right now that hopefully will let us get our own place. So
okay,
because that would be nice to get out of just the grandparents' house. Get our own little spot. But as far as like major future stuff, I'm not totally sure. That's kind of like the biggest thing we got going on, especially right now with the
crush card virus, as it's been
the crush card virus reprint that's happening right now.
Yeah, as it's been called in the in our Yu-Gi-Oh circles. Oh man, that big thing has been the biggest pain in the ass. I just
want to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know, and I'm like, I don't know. I like the online stuff, but I just at least. Even though I prefer to play online because it's like, it's a little less pressure in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I still enjoyed having the option to go out and play Yu-Gi-Oh!
See, that's weird. I'm the reverse. I like playing in person. I feel like in person there's a lot less pressure.
It's my own personal experiences, like mentioned to the shady person at locals, you know what I mean? And having to deal with that every other week was always, and he was this particular person did this one thing that just drove me nuts. Is he would talk too much.
Oh, we got one of those guys up here.
Oh god.
So here, how you beat that is you just start talking.
I tried that, but he would outdo it. It was like verbal kung fu, and I was like, damn it.
I got this guy to the point where he's like, shut up. He's a paleo frog player, or was. And he would always talk during our games, and it'd throw me off. So one day I just started talking. He's like, "Shut up! I can't think."
That's what he would. I mean, I literally was like, I remember telling this guy, and I was like, "We're gonna call him Ken." I was all like, "That's not his real name, but that's what we're gonna call him." We're gonna do this like it's a stand-up show. I've got to make up names so I don't get sued. So I'd be like, "God damn it, Ken! I don't care. Yes, Pot of Greed's a great card. All right, there's a reason it's banned. Why are you talking about banned cards? And then he'll like go into a tangent about the X-Men or Dragon Ball Z. I don't care. I've never wanted to like reach across the table and ever strangle another Yu-Gi-Oh player like ever in my life till I met that man. Like literally, I just wanted to, and I've met some jerkish people. Like I mean, my old locals was pretty competitive. Like we had I don't know if you've ever heard of him, Joey Lynch. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Okay, him and I used
Dude,
to
wait, hang on. Joey Lynch, his brother or his son or someone just topped the LCS, the big online tournament that they had for like $7,500.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he just like topped that.
Well, that guy was like, I don't know if he is the same now. He seems to have cooled off a bit since the early days. But like in the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And at that locals we used to go to, he kind of had a bit of a temper. So
I can't say anything. I got a temper too.
Yeah.
Like, if it's really bad. So I'm like half embarrassed about it, but like I in my mind I'm totally justified.
Most of us feel that way.
I got slow played out of an invite in the final round.
Ooh.
I would have gotten 14th place, which would have secured me an invite to Nats. And this dude slow played me out of it. And so now I'm not a nice Yu-Gi-Oh player because I got slow played like 5 times.
The only reason why I think I'm okay being a nice Yu-Gi-Oh player is because like when I went to the last YCS we had here in Texas that was like in 2019, I like walked out with like 20 subs just walking around with this thing. Not even kidding.
Nice.
Yeah, literally people were like, why are you wearing that watch? I'm like, oh, it's for my YouTube channel. And they were like, what's your channel? And then I literally got like 20 subs just walking around.
That's the best way. Like just have like a sticker or like a field center or something. Yeah, with like a neat looking picture.
Yeah, something that just gets people to ask questions.
Yep.
They're like,
I have Invoked 101 stickers. I need to slap one on the side of my camera so whenever I go to events I can just carry it with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, you could even get like a field center or something and just slap it on there.
I wonder, hang on, let me see if I still got it in my, let me see. Because I have my binder right here. I do. Okay, so I made this card a while ago. And it's a custom Invoked 101 token.
Oh, that's
and it says whenever this card hits the field, you must subscribe.
You must subscribe.
So I have that on the inside of my trade binder, so I'd hand it to people. I'd be like, "Oh, you saw the card."
Yeah. Now you gotta subscribe.
Now you gotta subscribe.
It's kind of funny. Like, and you know what the funniest part about that is I really didn't do that like actively thinking about it. I only wore the watch for the sole purpose of for my own videos that I was making that day because I wanted to be like, hey guys, and didn't want to have to like pull it out of my bag and slap it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just figured I'd wear it and then probably get laughed at because, I'm a 30-year-old dude walking around with a cosplay Omnitrix.
People don't care.
They really don't. I've had to learn that the hard way. Like, actually, truth be told, I'm also actually don't have as much hair up here as I used to have, so I'm probably going to have to shave it off, And I've discovered, like, as far as like the avatar of Ben 10 thing goes, I've been wearing the hat. Nobody said a damn thing about it. So, I'm starting to think that really the only thing that makes me Ben 10 is this. Like, I'm like, well, if the watch is all I need, because the truth is you can make a whole new avatar. There's Artist and there's Photoshop. Yep. If you need your avatar to look closer to you, then, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to, you could easily Photoshop Alistair the Invoker to have your glasses and your hairstyle and a beard.
Don't give R2 any more ideas. He already photoshops my face enough.
I'm just saying that if they wanted to, they could. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah. I have a whole memes thing in my Discord, and it's all just filled up with like dumb pictures R2 is filled up with of like me. And it's kind of like he has this one. It's like it's Joker from the Dark Knight, but where the grenades are, it's my face on it, and where the grenades are in his jacket, it's Mechaba.
Oh God! Actually, if truth be told, I only have one meme of me that's actually like people have used, and it's a buddy of mine who used to go to the locals I talked about. I'm trying to see if I can find it. There it is. It says when your opponent coughs. Let me see if I can't get you to. And that is
a gun.
Yeah, it's the Grandpa Ben character, because in one of the videos I like, I think I said something about like, hey, we're getting links, and then Grandpa Ben's like, I'll show you what I think about your links. You know what I mean? And it's just a plastic airsoft gun. But then I threw in a sound effect, so it sounded off like a real one. So there you go. I think that's the only reason why people even like my content, is because like half of it's like a joke, like kind of like YuGiOh a little bit. And the only reason why I even started doing that is because for that brief period of time where he quit.
Yep.
And I was like, well, if
someone has to do it,
somebody's got to be the joke around here.
Somebody has to talk about GOAT format a little bit too much.
You know what? I'm not gonna knock people for having their thing.
Like no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm not giving him crap for it. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that's part of that's one of the core concepts of his content is GOAT format.
Yeah. Oh man, this is goats. Actually, I took that clip from that video y'all did, that line where he comes in screaming, "This is goats," in the video where I was talking about Edo Pro. So, like, because that's one of the new features is you have
you can play GOAT format.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, look, you guys, we got GOAT format. And then I just cut to the clip of YuGiOh, they've got, this is goats.
I'm surprised that, like, when we don't go to events that Mio doesn't get yelled ash at, like, a lot. Like, that people just don't, like, bombard her with it.
I don't get the reference, so you may have to...
So the first video we did with YuGiOh, the ending skit is... YuGiOh activates Pot of Desires, and then she just slaps down an ash, and she's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's like, Judge, yeah, I remember now. Oh, God. I can't believe I forgot that. Although, to be honest, like, I didn't really know who you guys were, to be honest. I had only, like...
Yeah, we kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
On that one.
But that's okay. I mean, I'm always happy to meet more people in my... in my circle of stuff, because there really is so many YouTubers out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot more smaller ones than bigger ones. So.
Yeah, and that's I haven't been too talkative about it. I keep it a lot under wraps, but that's one of the big reasons I did the YouTuber Alliance Discord was so that way I could kind of bring together these smaller content creators to work together and potentially just get to know each other and potentially do collabs with each other. Like, it's worked out like. When it started just as an Amino group chat, and it helped like this guy called Draco the Psychic, Lyrie the Arc. They started collabing a lot. Trey, there's another guy called Trey the VA, and he works with them a lot. There's another really good editor called Draco's Demise. He does a lot of stuff for the different people in there, and he's really good at like editing and Photoshop and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's helped bring together a lot of people. It's where I met Owen, or R2, which is fantastic, because I kind of he wasn't sure what he wanted to do with his channel, and me and Mio were like, well, here's what you don't want to do.
Yeah. I feel like that list is a little shorter.
Yeah.
So just a little.
And so he kind of me and him we've hit it off and been friends ever since, and I really want to do something with him. I just can't come up. It's like because me and Chainlink are talking now, and I want to do something with him too, but I just can't.
I mean, and that's the only issue with collabs is like trying to figure out what to do. And the one thing that I have kind of think that like, all right, so you either have like a channel where you can both talk to each other, like for example for this particular series, because it's kind of about learning a little more about the guys behind the camera. Thank you, phone. FTK is chatting it up. They're a bunch of chatty Cathys. Anyway. That's okay. Jesse will get mad at me later. Anyway, like I was saying, what was that? I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Team FTK. Oh, God. They did. They just made me lose my train of thought. I was like, holy shit. That's all right. The good news is about it provides great comedy for this series. But like, oh, I got it. For when you're doing collabs, I feel like the best thing to do is either do a video swap or you work on a video together that you like both post to the channels.
That's the kind of thing I'm into. I'm not really like the only time I've done video swaps is really with Legacy Crusaders, where and the big reason is because he doesn't do a lot of his own deck profiles. He mostly does like event deck profiles. So he sent me a couple of his own personal deck profiles to upload, and I've put those up on my channel for him. And then I'll do like a video on like on his how-to series with him and stuff like that. So
yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I told you they're a bunch of chatty kids.
No, it's all good.
I know you can hear boing, boing in the background. I'm sure you can hear it. Sorry.
Yeah. As far as like collabing go, I much prefer doing like a video idea together than just a swap.
Yeah.
Because you never know what kind of stuff the other guy wants per se. You know.
I don't know. My rule of thumb is like, you know, as long as nothing's too egregious, you know what I mean, then I don't really mind. But if he's gonna make me jump through hoops to, you know, get a video over there, then I'm just like, no, never mind.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't really had that experience. I think I've only had like one YouTuber ever do anything even close to that, and I don't even remember his name. So,
there we go.
Yeah. So
that's that. Oh my God! Go away, Dell.
See, the Decepticons.
I'm using my old laptop. It's like my new computer is over here, but I don't have a webcam for it, so.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually gonna reach out and tell you my backup plan was just to get like a picture of you like from Facebook and just put it like on the screen.
Oh no, it's not my Facebook. I have too many dumb photos on my Facebook. It's like I have my stupid profile picture, which is like me with like aviator glasses from an Instagram filter.
Actually, I think I might have that same filter picture somewhere in my line of profile pictures. So.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I actually, sadly, bet I'm like an older guy, so I kind of want a pair of glasses like that.
Bruh, I wear round sunglasses unironically. Like I have no space to judge. I love dumb sunglasses.
Actually, you know and there's this William Painter's sunglasses. I'm sure you've seen the commercial somewhere on YouTube, because you know anytime you're on YouTube, they've got an ad somewhere for William Painter sunglasses, and they're like they're not the most expensive glasses, but they're like $130 or something like that.
That's too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much for sunglasses.
Yeah, but the true thing is they're made out of like the frames are made of like titanium, so they're like really durable and shit. And I'm like, I keep eyeballing them. Like, man, if I had the money, and I would, I absolutely would. Like, you have a pair of titanium, and they have this little hook thing on the glass, you know, like on the earpiece. They have
to keep it on there.
Yeah, no, it's for it's a bottle opener.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I don't drink often, but when I do, I'd love
convenience.
To just be like, yeah. Like I said, man, I don't drink often, but if I, you know, it'd be kind of nice to have that. So obviously, you're too young to drink.
Yeah.
So at least in this country, anyway. I mean, you could always just go a little further north and hang out with the Canadians.
Or south.
Yeah. Yeah. United States needs to get on that. You can sign up to get shot at 18, but you can't drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you some personal questions, if you don't mind, and you can just
that's fine.
Yeah, you can always feel free to just pass on anything that you're just not comfortable with answering. So you know, you just be like, I don't want to answer that. I'm like, so do you have I don't know, do you pay attention to like politics or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really.
I have a very it'll sort itself out kind of attitude.
Actually, like, yeah, it'll happen.
So okay. I trust everyone else. Enough of my friends talk about it enough that I'm like, they'll figure it out.
My friends, it's usually debates, but that's just because I have friends from like all across the aisle. So like, you know, I'm a little more like lefty leaning kind of like area politically speaking. And then I have a lot of friends who are like right wingers, so
yeah,
that topic of conversation often gets avoided or joked about instead of that way. It's not so debatey. But I just kind of was curious if you had it, because I know like MBT. I'm sure you've heard of him, because he's kind of friends with he's kind of friends with Simo and Nim Nim. Yeah, he's like his politics is kind of fused in there with his YuGiOh channel, which. You know, I don't mind. I mean, I'm partly.
It's funny. It makes it funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Politics will always be joked about until the inevitable dictatorship of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Trump.
Jesus Trump.
You know, the son and fusion of the last bone of Jesus and Trump's DNA.
Oh God. Sounds like the end of the world to me, but all right. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need something a little stronger than this. Actually,
we'll know when the world is really ending when the war in Israel's over. Like when that ends, that's when we need to get scared.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like someone showed up and a new player has joined the party. It's like, okay, now fear has entered my body.
Yeah. So do you and your partner have like any kind of like religious beliefs? Are y'all atheist? Are y'all agnostic? Or
I'm not. We're both of us aren't super big on religion. She was. I hope she doesn't mind. Is it okay if I talk about you a little bit? Yeah, she was brought up Jewish, and I've adopted a few of her traditions. Like we did Hanukkah last year, which was nice. And we celebrate some of her other holidays. I've never been super big on religion. I've dipped my toes in a few different things. The most recent one and the one I agree the most with was Thelema, which is the beliefs of one Aleister Crowley. 'Cause it just made sense to me. It made a lot of the big line from that one is "Do what thou wilt, because thy love is law," and which basically just means what you believe in because that is the law. That's what you're destined to do.
Since we're on that topic, actually, funny enough, I'm actually a Wiccan, so religiously speaking, so. I
don't know. You can kind of see it right there. That's actually Mio's like herbs and spices shelf for her witches stuff. You can see her little altar, kind of right back there.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And also your shirt kind of has some symbolism at the top.
Yeah, it's a Ouija board shirt.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that we have a little bit of that in common. I just kind of thought it was interesting.
She's real big on that stuff. So I've divulged myself in it. Like we have a book on. I have a book on Enochian magic. She has a book on like magical herbs and stuff like that. So we're gonna.
It may not be over here, but I have my own little book that I, make notes in, that kind of thing.
Oh my God, she has one of those too. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I don't know where it is right now.
Yeah.
It's probably. Is it in your backpack?
Yeah, my writing.
Your which book?
My.
Yeah, your grimoire.
Yeah.
Do you know where is that? Oh, it's in her drawer.
That's kind of funny.
There it is.
I didn't know that we had so much in common.
Yeah, this one's hers. It's all hers is so fancy. I always love looking at it because
hers is nicer than mine. Mine's just like a crappy
has
journal.
Like a bunch of little drawings and things in it. It's really nice.
Yeah, mine does too. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw the star and
the star with the symbolism. Yeah.
Yep.
But hers is I can definitely tell her handwriting's better than mine.
Yeah. We picked this one up at we just got it at Barnes and Noble, but she picked it out and it's really nice.
Yeah.
Takes really good care of it. It's really cool. I like looking in it because I always like the little pictures she draws. Some of the stuff she writes about, I'm not like super knowledgeable about, but I'm like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Like,
and here's the thing. Like the reason why I even chose the religion is because it has it's kind of like what you were saying. It's we have like two rules, and the two rules are do what you will but harm none, and the other one is or I think the way they word it is like do what thou will but harm none. Raid. Sorry, now
old language. Old English.
Yeah. And then basically what it comes down to is you have it's just do what you want as long as you don't hurt anyone in the process of doing it. And then the other rule is like the threefold law, which anyone else can just call that cause and effect. I mean, if you throw negative crap out there, it's going to come back at you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like the hippie of religion. There's no wrong answer. Just don't be a dick. It's that simple. Anyway, I was just curious about that kind of stuff because I'm always curious to see, what you guys kind of other people's beliefs are and that kind of thing. Like, I think ironically, like YuGiOh, I think he mentioned something about being like either atheistic or agnostic when I asked him the question or something along those lines. So
she's definitely more into the witch stuff than I am. I'm more of I like reading this.
That's okay. Everyone's got to have a what do you call it? Something that like just kind of piques their interest, kind of thing. And we all have to have things outside of obviously YuGiOh to keep our interest. So now that's gonna go to my next question. Is you guys have YuGiOh as a common theme among the two of you, and apparently so do y'all have witch stuff as well a little bit. Do y'all have what other interests do y'all have outside of YuGiOh? Like, what's something that y'all like to do?
One of the things, like me personally, I've been getting back into Transformers, so I have like a shelf of, specifically like the Siege figures that they've been putting out recently. So I have like Siege, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. I've been picking those up.
Okay.
Together, we also do Gundams. Like, hang on, let me grab one of the little guys over here.
Go for it.
This is one of ours. This is the one she did the stickers on. We've had this one for a while. This is the F91.
Do y'all
we do that. We have like a whole shelf just out of frame.
Do y'all do that together? Like, do y'all like work on a Gundam together? Is that like
we try. Like, she has this. So there's a few different like size classes of Gundam. So the ones that she's built master grades recently, which is kind of like what we've decided is like kind of her size class because they take a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, and she likes building stuff over longer periods.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big high grade guy, which is a little smaller.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of quick little like $15-$20 kits that you can just snap together in about 2 hours.
Yeah, so you're just like you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna get it done.
Yeah, I'm very much like there's one up there. I want to grab him, but I can't because he's too big.
He's too big.
He's too big.
That's what she said. Oh,
yeah. No, Mio actually calls him the Big Chicken, but he's called the Penelope Gundam. He's huge. He's a high grade, and he's super. But the one I've gotten into recently is real grades, which are like they're the same size as high grades, but they're like tiny little hand grenades because there's so many parts, and I love them. They're great.
That's awesome. So do your figures move and all that stuff, or are they?
Yeah, they have articulation and everything. I actually have a couple. I have a couple fancy ones too. Like let me move this thing right here, and I'll show you. This is one that Mio got me, and he's probably the crown jewel of my collection currently. This one is a Japanese website exclusive called the Cathedral Gundam.
Wow.
He's a golden white, and the only way to get him was pre-ordering on the Premium Bandai website probably 4 years ago. He's really cool. His wings transform. I'm not going to move him too much because he is worth I know Mio got him for like $50, but he's currently worth about $150 right now.
Damn.
So, yeah, he's one of the crown jewels. I love the way that thing looks. I love everything about that kit. It's great.
I couldn't be allowed to have that because once they're done being built, I'm kind of a kid at heart. I want to play with it.
I've played with a few of them. Like the ones I've played with a few of them because like
because we men are like that. We're just like
it's a toy. I built it. I need to play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this line of $10 kits called Iron Blooded Orphans, which great show, great Gundam show. Definitely recommend it. Top tier anime. And the kits for it are actually really nice, and they're really cheap. They're like $10, but they have a full inner frame for a high grade. And I played with them for a while because they were just easy to get a hold of and stuff. I want to get one and customize it, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah, like the last Gundam toy I had, I was like 10, and it was like literally a toy, little plastic and rubber, that kind of thing. I destroyed that thing.
Yeah, no, these ones you put together and whatnot. Like here's one of my nicer ones. This is the real grade Sananju. This thing is Mio's dad got this for me for Hanukkah. Oh, not for Hanukkah. He does what's it called? What's the one he does? Yule.
Yeah, that's like Wiccan Christmas essentially.
Yeah. So he got this one for me, and this thing is. I love this thing. I built that the second it showed up. Once it was in my hands, it was done. It's
a really pretty looking robot. I'll say that much.
I love robots, man.
That's okay. I feel the same way about, like, this is gonna sound really lame, but I feel the same way about like dinosaurs. Ironically, because
can I see him? May I see him? Thank you. This is the dinosaur I got Mio. Because she loves dinosaurs. This is Nubbins. If you watch Angel of Alchemy, you'll know who Nubbins is.
Nubbins.
Yeah.
The only thing that when you say Nubbins, you know what I think of is I don't know if you ever watched this YouTube channel. It's called SourceFed. Back in the day, it used to be on YouTube all the time.
I don't believe so.
They used to have. That's okay. You don't have to remember. Their channel's no longer going anymore. Like all the hosts for the show still have their own thing now, but that whole YouTube channel basically line is ended. But they used to have this thing called Table Talk, where like 3 of the hosts would get together and just answer questions from a bowl. and then they would go on tangents, and one of them was they went on a tangent, and one of the actors was like, and featuring now Lazy Nubbins, and then he's just sitting there like he's got his arms in his shirt and he's just sitting there going doing this, and I'm like, no. It was horrible. And then a guy who was a fan animated that.
Oh.
Yeah, he animated that into like a little person who had no arms.
Oh,
and legs.
no.
I was like, no. It was hilarious, but equal parts like, oh my god, no.
Yeah.
Like, no. I don't know. So, you've mentioned Transformers. Do y'all have any other kinds of like movies and things like that, or do you like the movies at all?
The first one.
The first one?
and the one from 1986.
Okay, the cartoon, huh?
Yeah, I like the original ones. I like those ones. I like Prime and animated, but
so you don't like you don't like the newer Transformers movies?
I watch them. I like that's the best I can really give them. I sit to the 3 hours that they are.
I don't know. I feel like Optimus Prime has some really great lines in those movies, though. Just saying.
My issue, and this is the issue a lot of Transformers fans have with the Michael Bay Optimus Prime, is in the 80s. Like I can say this because I watched the cartoon, not because I was from there. In the 80s, Optimus Prime is kind of like the big Papa Autobot dad. And in the movies, I'm gonna rip your face off and not feel anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they were trying to go. The way I took that is they were just trying to go with more of a realistic type of character. I guess I don't really know how to describe it. Like, you know, what I mean? Because you have to realize these guys are at war. So
yeah, and like I get it. The Transformers Prime, which is kind of Transformers Generation 1-ish mixed with the movies, where Optimus Prime is more of a leader who is put in a position where he has to do what he doesn't want to do, but does it for the greater cause of his people. All three of those Optimus Primes are voiced by the same actor, and I think that's the problem, is that when it's voiced by the original voice actor, and you make him not a completely different character, but a character who definitely doesn't feel bad about murder.
He's a little more rough.
It's like,
I guess it would kind of be like if what's his name, the guy who plays Batman in the cartoon, was like playing Batman in like like in the new Flash series. I don't know if you watched the Flash at all or Arrow or anyone. Okay,
I saw like the first 3 seasons of Arrow.
Okay, so you're familiar with the universe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
They did a big crossover event recently, and they got the guy who is the voice actor for the original Batman cartoon in the 90s.
The Kevin Conroy, right?
Yeah, I think that's his name. Anyway, he plays a Bruce Wayne from an alternate reality who is just pretty much described your Optimus Prime situation.
Oh.
So he basically plays the Batman who just snapped and started killing bad guys.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, but he's also playing like an old man Batman from an alternate timeline, so he's not like young Bruce anymore. So it's interesting. Obviously, and Batman hasn't been seen in the actual universe. Like they've just replaced Batman with Batwoman, which is fine. I don't.
Well, isn't there a newspaper in Arrow that shows Tim Burton's Batman? It's I forget his name, Michael Keaton. It's Michael Keaton. It shows Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne on like a newspaper or something.
Yeah, that was for the crossover event. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because the cool thing about this recent crossover event is they tried to cram as much DC across the board as they could. Like they got a
I heard about this because Mio and I watched Lucifer, and we heard Lucifer was supposed to be in it because I told her, I was like, this is a DC show, right? And she's like, what? No, it's not.
Yep, he is. Although I get annoyed with Lucifer because I'm like, he is a lot more powerful than that. Show him. Come on.
I love that show. It's so good. So fun.
Oh yeah, I love Lucifer, man. I wish I was half as suave as Lucifer is in that show. Man, that dude is suave. He just walks into a room and just exactly. I was like, damn. Could you get a sexier man to play Lucifer? Jesus.
I don't read a lot of DC comics. I'm definitely more of an X-Men, Marvel guy. I like X-Men.
X-Men comics are good, man. They're all good. I mean,
that was my bomb when I was a kid, man. But like Lucifer, I like the DC TV shows because they're more fun.
Yeah.
than Agents of Shield.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But that's
get into
okay because
that.
it's going to change because Moon Knight's going to ruin everything, and it's going to be great.
That's
Best
They should
superhero ever.
They should put Moon Knight in the big movie, not the TV show. They should dedicate a whole movie to that guy.
Well, okay, so this is my nerd about how much I love Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So originally Netflix had Moon Knight because he came with the Defenders, like Luke Cage and all them.
Which weren't bad shows altogether.
No, they weren't. And Netflix was like, we're going to get around to Moon Knight. It's okay. Then Punisher got popular, and they were like, hey, Marvel, we want to do a Punisher show. And Marvel's like, well, then give us back Moon Knight. So Netflix gave back Moon Knight for Punisher. And then Kevin Feige was like, I want to do a Moon Knight movie. And M. Night Shyamalan was like, I'll do it. And Kevin Feige's like, I'm not going to do a Moon Knight movie.
Oh, man.
So everyone's like, so what's the word on the Moon Knight movie? And Kevin Feige's like, I don't know.
I mean, they could just go like the route they've done with other heroes and just kind of toss him in with them, like in an Avengers movie or something down the line.
He's been confirmed for a Disney Plus show, so
okay.
Yeah, he got confirmed with who I know She-Hulk was the other Marvel character, was one of the other big ones, but I forget who else. There was two others. It might have just been like WandaVision and the Winter Soldier and Falcon, yeah. It might have been revealed alongside those two when we got more information about them.
Yeah, I also know that like Loki's supposed to become like a good guy now. Like,
that's what it was revealed next to. It was revealed next to Loki and She-Hulk.
Yeah, it's because Loki's supposed to be like, it's supposed to show that alternate reality.
Yeah,
Loki.
Yeah,
and then it's like the rumor is like he's supposed to go on a journey to being one of the good guys, and then he's supposed to bring like Mjolnir in the Love and Thunder Thor movie. That's the rumor, anyway, that was going around. It's like he's going to bring Mjolnir to that universe, so that way we get Jane Foster Thor and all that stuff.
I'll believe it.
I mean, and the cool thing about the Marvel, though, is like with all the superheroes they have, like a lot of the heroes that we all like, you know, they have like an alternate version of in the same universe. Like you have War Machine, so we still have an Iron Man. We have Winter Soldier and Falcon, who are basically, you know, also Captain America.
Don't get me started on how dumb Falcon Cap was. I'm upset.
I mean, I don't know. I like it, but you know, it's everybody's got their cup of tea. Man.
I wanted Bucky Cap.
I mean,
I wanted the Bucky Cap from the comics.
You might get your wish. I mean, you never know. Like legitimately, you know, actually that would be kind of an interesting storyline. It's to have them fight over it. Just saying, like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's just like, so in the comics, both Falcon and Bucky have been Captain America.
Yeah.
I was just it's just weird to me that they skipped over Bucky to go straight to.
Yeah, I don't really know why they did that either. I mean, maybe I think honestly the reason I think they did it is just because the Falcon Cap is fresher in people's minds.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I was like, it's probably just that.
Yeah, a lot of people try to like. I've seen a few people get mad online, say like, "Oh yeah, they're just trying to be politically correct." I'm like, I don't think it's that. I think it's just because Falcon Cap is newer.
Yeah, so I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes the simplest answer is obviously it's just the one is, you know what I mean. The simplest answer is just...
It's the same reason Sony did Spider-Verse. Like, there was the big Spider-Verse event that was popping up, and Venomverse had just finished up. It's the reason Sony did Venom, too. Like, realistically.
It's just a recent popular comic, so trying to adapt that story to the big screen.
Yep.
And probably failing miserably, but, you know, it is what it is. So, let's see here. We've covered, let's see, Transformers. Your interest on that. Let's see. We also have discovered that you're also a bit of a comic book geek like myself. So that's kind of cool. Glad to know that it's not just me in the YuGiTube space. So since we both like superhero stuff, how do you feel about the hero deck?
The hero? I've always liked Destiny Heroes.
If you want.
I've always liked Destiny Heroes since I was little. I thought the deck was really cool. When I got older, I've never been a fan of Elemental Heroes. I've always thought they were a little bit overrated because I read through them and I was like, these cards suck. Except for like 5 of them.
Pretty much.
Definitely,
like
I do like Hero Mask though. Not gonna lie, I enjoy Sunriser, specifically Elemental Hero Sunriser OTK.
That thing's not that monster.
Sunrise is nuts. So how it works now is you go into the new extra hero, and then you reveal Flame Wingman, and you use Vion to search Poly. You go into Sunrise search Miracle Fusion, and then you use Miracle Fusion to summon Grand Merge. So, and then Grand Merge turns into Nebula Neos.
And then you just go sleep,
and then you win.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
Yep. Sunriser pops cards, Grand Merge swings over something, turns into Nebula Neos, you draw a bunch of cards.
And then your opponent is just a drooling purple mess on the ground going, "Stop punching me!"
Yep.
Oh, man. That's literally what I picture. I just picture like Steve Urkel getting punched by Iron Man in the Hulkbuster suit every time. That's what I feel like the matchup is when I play against heroes, and I'm the Steve
Until
Urkel.
you get Nibiru'd.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Heroes lose to Nibiru hard.
Oh, hold on, let me make a note of that for the future. I'm just kidding.
They don't make negates. That's the bad part about heroes. They don't make negates.
Yeah. I mean, I also got frustrated when Mask Hero started being a thing and the hero deck turned into Dark Law Turbo. I was like,
yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
okay. Yeah, you can't control how a deck's going to evolve.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a best way to play a deck, because Dark Law is easily their best monster. It's a floodgate on legs. And it lets you snipe cards. It lets you banish things.
I mean, and that's the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! I think ultimately, your deck has to do one of two things. You either have to go super plus, example Pendulums, for example. That's how they win. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw, like Triff's always saying, "Pen God, guess best deck," or whatever however he says it. But he throws 18 freaking just. That's what I picture him just moving his hands around real fast.
Yeah, just an insane amount of advantage.
Yeah, and then of course, or you have to go the opposite route, and you have to make your cards make them minus.
Yep.
That's
We cannot forget about the legendary third route that may only be achieved by Cyber Dragons, which is I'm gonna eat your things and then hit you really hard for it.
Although that's kind of the minus route I was talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what the minus route is. I mean, there's multiple ways to do each one. You can go super plus with lots of searching and drawing. Even Heroes technically can be considered that super plus kind of deck.
Heroes definitely, in my opinion, is super plus because you open Stratos and Malicious, you win.
Right.
If you don't get hand trapped right there, you win.
You're just aha!
Yeah, victory.
I'm about to one punch man you.
Yeah. Just wait until I search Honest Neos.
Pretty much. Oh man. Of course, my favorite elemental hero is Absolute Zero, and they'll never. There's no way I can even remotely use that card.
I'm not,
in a vacuum as a powerful card.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Real talk. I was at the UDS and I played a regional flight playing heroes. I went against a Altergeist player. I summoned Absolute Zero. He tried to do something. I flipped it and turned it into acid, and I won the game just off of those two. And he's like, "Okay, game 3," and I was like,
"Do it again."
It felt so. Oh no, I lost.
Oh damn! I thought you were gonna do it again. I thought this was about to be the goofy mean. I'll do it again.
I didn't have the Liquid Man.
Oh man, but see, that's the thing. I feel like all my favorite heroes All right, so Absolute Zero is my favorite hero, and the reason why is because back in the day I had this weird frog hero deck where I would make Absolute Zero, and then I would look at my opponent because they were all my friends, at the locals, and I would say, "Justice is best served cold," and they'd look at me and they'd be like, "Oh, why do you say that?" I know it was cringy. That's why I did it, just to watch them eye roll. Oh man, I didn't think I was cool. I was just annoying them. But you get the idea, and it's Absolute Zero is my favorite elemental hero. It's just I don't feel like there's a way to, you know what I mean? Outside of the acid play, there's just no there.
Liquid Soldier makes him a lot, because it's not like Ab Zero is a bad hero card.
No,
he's not. Easily one of the better, if not the best, Omni heroes, simply because he has the ability to turn into acid and board wipe your opponent. That's what makes him so good.
He's a Judgment Dragon combo, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes him good. And the fact that you can make Liquid Soldier into him and then draw a 2-card, discard a card, it just makes him even better. So
I don't know. Or the other half of that, though, is also all those cards that would facilitate that are super expensive. I can't afford...
Just pull Liquid Soldier.
Yeah. Not with my luck.
I have one. Me and my buddy bought out of Barnes and Noble, and we pulled one.
I was like, golly. Well, shit, good luck. I mean, anytime y'all, I've even seen some of y'all's live streams on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you and your
we do
partner.
that sometimes.
Yeah, and I've seen some, and I'm like, man, y'all have way better luck than I do opening packs. Like, I'm just like, damn, it's all her, right? She's doing her.
It is her.
She does her magic.
She picks out the packs. She's like, this one. And I'm like, okay, that one.
She's got a sixth sense. It's the witch.
Crazy.
It's the witch thing.
The ones that she doesn't seem to have good luck with is Dual Overload though. She doesn't seem to have very good luck with that one.
No,
I'm luckier with that one than she is.
Oh man, I actually, truth be told, like I can't remember the name of the set. It's when Burning Abyss started coming out, and like Dante was the high chase card.
I think that's it's not Return of the Duelist. It's or Code.
I don't
know. It's Duelist Alliance. There we go.
There you go. That was the last time I got lucky because I pulled the Dante in the last pack of the box at locals. And I was like, I was playing Lightsworn back then, so I wanted it because we didn't have Minerva yet. It didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to get that Dante for my Lightsworn deck. And then I was going to build like a 3-access Lightsworn deck because, you could like Lumina into it kind of thing. Long story short, I get the last pack in the thing because like I was like, well, I just want to buy one. And a bunch of guys bought, all the other ones. And they were like, fine, we'll leave you one pack. And I'm like, okay, fine. I buy the last pack.
It was the Dante.
It was the Dante.
That's how she was with Savage Strike. We couldn't she's like, oh, these ones, and I was like, okay, cool. So we open it up, and she's like, what the hell is this? And it's a Phantasme.
And you're just sitting there like,
I didn't know what it was. I actually didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
You didn't know the pricey card.
Oh, well, I looked it up and I was like, this is like $70. Let's hold on to that. So we held on to it because we wanted to trade it for an extravagance. And then 2 days before the store that store closed, we bought 4 more packs just to use up our store credit. We pulled another Phantasme.
And you were just like,
yeah, I was like, cool, 2 of them. Now I can play it.
Yeah. Oh man, and then now they're gonna reprint it, and it's not even gonna be good anymore.
That's fine. I don't care. I got my money out of them. I played them at like 3 regionals.
Hey, there you go. That's all that matters.
I got one of them for free.
Can't beat that. Can't beat free. Oh man. So let's see here. I lost my question. Damn it. I had it. It was like right there, and it's just. I'm like, damn it. So I know that on your channel, I mostly see you do like paper deck profiles, like you know what I mean, like with the actual card.
No, they get like live.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know why I say paper. So, do you have any other kind of content you think you might want to experiment with in the future?
I've dipped my toes into card news. That's something that I've wanted to do more, a little bit more in front of the camera stuff. We've toyed with skits a little bit, and we used to do live duels, which was really fun. But currently, we can't do that.
Yeah, so. Or you'll just have to play against each other with your
personal collection. One of the other things that was a staple on my channel for a while was I did locals vlogs, which those went away for like 2 weeks before I started doing Regional Rush, which was going to be this big series where I went and tried to get my invite because there was like 3 regionals and like 3 OTS championships right next to each other. So I was like, okay, cool. So we'll do this and we'll just go around the area and just try to get our invite. And then
the pandemic.
And then the crush card. I got hit with a dumb virus card. So I was like, okay, I guess we can't do that anymore. So that type of content has kind of gone away from the channel just because we can't do it.
Yeah, but that's okay. You could just still hold on to the series until later, because I mean, like,
exactly.
I honestly do think that this is a temporary thing.
Like, oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, like we're already, you know what I mean. Like I just saw on, I don't know if you know this, but Facebook has like a whole like setting just dedicated to the pandemic situation right now, and you know, they give you the stats. Okay, this is how many people have contracted it. This is how many people have died from it across like the entire world. And then they go to like your country specific.
Oh, right? Wow.
Yeah, there's like a whole like if you go on the Facebook app, Let me see here. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can show you, but all right, yeah, you see, yeah, right here in the, if it'll focus, right there, that right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they have that little thing on the phone, and you just tap on that, and it has all the stats. Well, today I read that there's like 70 different vaccines in the making right now across the globe. So I really think that we're like, and here's another really fun fact for you, because I kind of like, I do research like this because politics is kind of another hobby of mine. It's a frustrating one. I'll give you that for warning if you ever decide to dabble into that. The other thing I was going to say though is, like, when it comes to that, it's the speed that we are getting a vaccine is unprecedented. Like, we're already across the entire globe, we're already in stage 1 of getting the vaccine, which is monumental, because they were saying that, like, usually it takes like a year just to get to stage 1 of getting a vaccine.
Yeah.
And we've done it in like a matter of months. So
what's crazier to me is that there was countries using like an anti-malaria drug, and that was working extremely well apparently.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. So like it's just one of those things where it's like, even though we didn't exactly have a vaccine for it, we had different things that were working.
The only issue with the drug is it really only helps people with minor, not minor, but I want to say, like, obviously the cases vary from like minor to severe.
Yeah.
So if you have minor or mild case of it, that's where that drug helps the most.
Yeah.
But if you have the heavy one where like you need a ventilator to survive, you might be SOL, because you might be too far gone. But, I mean, the truth of it is, though, it's like, it's a science. There's no, and this particular virus, like, the thing that makes it so much more dangerous than any other virus that we've ever experienced is the fact that you could be spreading it without having any symptoms, whereas every other virus in all of human history is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're coughing, if you're got a snotty nose, you're contagious. So people go, stay away from you, which is still the case, in this virus's case, but you could also have been doing it 2 weeks before without, and that's the frustrating part. But it is kind of cool to think about, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel when you look at, like, the news as a whole. Like, you see the numbers and you can get depressed really quick, but you also have to remember, like, this is the fastest we've ever gotten to a vaccine in human history. Like, we're literally talking about something that takes, on average, a couple of years to make, and we could see our first actual, like, functioning vaccine somewhere around the world before this year is up. So I mean, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So getting back to YuGiOh, sorry about that little tangent there. You could take that series that you have and just put it on hold. And just come back to it, because I really think that YuGiOh is just like, we're still gonna get product, right? We may not get a ban list update, but that's fine, as long as, because 90% of the the YuGiOh players are casual anyway, where most of us we're here to play with our buddies and collect for our own personal collection. So everything else is just on pause, but we're still gonna get new cards. I mean, Konami's still making new cards. I mean, have you seen some of the crazy new stuff they've been coming out with? They were like, pandemic? Well, you know what? Here's some fan service.
Here's some pot of greed plus change of heart.
Yeah, exactly. Plus delinquent duo. Oh man, it's just like, those cards were broken. Let's combine them all into one.
You can only activate one per turn. That's what balances it. You have to. Your opponent has to do something to you, and you can only activate one.
That's all right. It's
fine.
I'm just gonna wait till play it in real life, and then I'm gonna be like, "You're gonna activate this." And I'm gonna go, "No!" Just slap. I'm just kidding. So have you ever? Actually, there's a good question. Have you ever wanted to actually reach across the table and slap somebody that was playing YuGiOh? Because, like, not because they did something, but more like a specific card.
Just because of the moment.
Yeah, because like,
I don't think so. I don't think that's ever happened. Like, the only time I've ever wanted to hit another player because I'd become alive with rage from the fact that they spent 25 minutes to make a Borreload and a Boral sword on turn 1, so it didn't do anything.
That would frustrate me. Also, like that's like I don't know. I feel like that's the reason why I like to play online more than I like to play in person, because when I play online, I'm like, and the cameras aren't rolling, I tend to be a mouthy person. Like I fling insults and that they can't hear me. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I mean? So it's okay for me to.
I feel like we all are though.
Yeah,
like whatever, it's just like on just the computer screen. It's like this.
Yeah. So did she ever catch you like just yelling at the screen? Like,
oh, I was yelling at the tournament the other day. She was sitting right there. She was listening to me like no, don't do it.
Oh man, does she laugh at you a little bit? She's sitting there
a little bit. She makes fun of me. She usually just tells me to be quiet.
Quit yelling at the screen. They can't even hear you anyway.
Exactly. She's just like, they can't hear you. What are you yelling for? Why are you getting upset? It's just a game. It's like, yeah, I just want to win.
I just want to win. I'm glad that you guys have such a good humor and dynamic. So, when it comes to y'all's relationship, do y'all have a bit of like a bumpy, anything that's kind of bumpy about y'all's relationship, or is it very, so far, does it seem kind of very smooth? Like, what's your?
It's pretty all right. You know, we have the general like, oh well, I didn't hear you say that. Oh well, I said that. Well, you know, that kind of stuff. Where it's like, oh, well, I misunderstood this.
Okay, you know? so y'all do have your disagreements. You just.
It's usually just because like I didn't hear something or she didn't hear something. Or...
Okay, so it's kind of like the miscommunication.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just curious because I know like some people seem to have like really solid relationships, and y'all seems like it's very, very solid.
I'm getting better at telling her like whenever I'm doing stuff though. So
okay.
that's like the big thing. That's like the big thing is like, oh hey, we're doing this today, and she's like, well, I didn't know we were doing this today, and it's like, oh well.
Well, now you do. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
That's my biggest problem is I tell her stuff at last minute.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that. So I've been trying to do better at like letting her know, hey, this is when things are doing, and she's real helpful with that because she'll be like, all right, well, just remember you got to set like a timer or something or a calendar.
Yeah, that being so. Would you say that as a person in general, being planning is kind of like your personal weakness, so to speak?
Yeah, I suck with like with setting personal deadlines. I suck. When I'm handed a deadline, I'm great.
Oh, okay. So, like, if somebody's like, "Hey, I need this by X amount of time,"
yeah, I'll get it done.
Okay, so that explains a lot. That's why you were like, you know what I mean? Like, so what platform are we using? What time of day? I was like, yeah. Usually, I was in there like, well, what's good for you? Because I'm trying not to be a jerk. You know what I mean? Because I
don't care. Tell me what we're doing, and I'm good. I'm good to go.
Cool.
Just feed me the details. I'm set.
There we go. That makes sense actually. Okay. Well, then that for future reference then. So if we should ever do a part 2 to this,
something else.
Yeah, or do something else. I mean, it's not like there isn't a what do you call it, a plethora of content you and I can make, especially because I found out we have so much in common. Even though I'm like a decade older than you, because I'm an old man. I'm gonna look.
That's the problem. Like I hang out. I talk to the Legacy Crusaders a lot, and he's also like I think he's like 32. I think he's a little older. But like I don't care. He's cool. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah. You know, never give me a reason to be like, oh, he's creepy. Like,
hey, that's all that matters.
I don't care. We're both adults.
Yeah. It's not like he's asking you for your nudes or anything. I would hope not anyway.
I'd send it to Benji.
He'd be like, that's what you wanted to see. Hold on, I'm going to get the right angles. Oh man, you know what the funny thing is, like the first time I ever did a live stream on there, I did like a Q&A because I hit my first like 200 subs or something like that. Fun story. And Jesse, the Team FDK leader, he's over there like making sex jokes at me in the chat, and I'm over there like, yeah, he's all like, show feet or whatever, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't really want to do anything like that. He's just like, harassing me.
Yeah, he's just egging you on.
Yeah, pretty much. It was all like, and then I made the joke at him like, you know what, Jesse? I'm gonna start an OnlyFans now. Just
you know how you shut him up? You send him feet pics. Then he knows you're willing to do it, and then he shuts up. He's like, oh no. He's like, this got too real.
This got too real. Oh god. Nobody would want to see that shit. Oh,
my goblin feet down here.
Yeah, likewise. Oh man. That's kind of why. That's probably why everyone's all like, "How the hell he?" No, I'm just kidding. Do you get that a lot? Like, if y'all go to tournaments and stuff, do people like look at you and your partner and they're like, "How the hell?"
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had a dude at a Tulsa Regional duel me to try to impress her by beating me, which he promptly lost.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How old were you? Please tell me you were.
This was a year or two ago. This wasn't long ago.
No! Oh my god, no.
No, this wasn't like high school level. This was when I was with my boys. We went to a tournament.
No.
She was with us because she likes coming. She likes watching all the people and trading cards because she's a girl. So I let her take the trade binder to get cards.
Oh damn! Don't let Zombie Queen hear you say that shit. Oh man, you think my rap?
I don't care, dude. She doesn't like. I don't care.
Your girl's doing
yeah.
what she
So and this
wants
dude
to do.
just
You
was
know
like,
that.
yeah. It's just he was just like, I'm gonna duel you, and I was like, sure. And like all of us were like, he was trying to beat me to impress you, like all me and all the guys, and she's like, what?
That's so schoolyard. Oh my god.
I was in a bad mood too. That was like the worst part.
You were like vicious to him, weren't you? You were just like...
Well, because I lost my second match or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I wasn't doing hot in the tournament. Like I was still okay. Like I could still top cup.
Did you ask boss on him and tell him to surrender?
I've had Ash dropped on me. Mm-hmm. So like okay, so funny story about Ash.
Go for it.
I've had the reverse of that happen to me where I've dropped Ash on someone. So this guy, he was probably about my age, if not a year younger. Mm-hmm. But he had facial hair, which is how I know he was like scrawny in the face. So I was like, he's probably like my age. So he was playing Trickstar Sky Striker. This was back when Trickstar Sky Striker was still like really good.
They were the good deck.
Yeah. And I ash his engage, and this dude starts crying, and I'm like, "Why are you crying?" And so a judge comes over, and he's like, "Why is he crying?" And I was like, "I don't know. I ashed his engage." And he looks at the dude. He looks at me, and he's like, "Pick up your ash. You didn't ash him."
What?
I was like, "I'm sorry. What? You're not gonna game loss this fool for being a dingus?" Like. And he goes, pick up your ash. So I'm like, fine. So I pick up my ash, and this kid instantly snaps back, and he's like, okay, engage resolve. And I'm like, fucking, I was like, I'm gonna hurt this man.
Oh my god. That is
also,
wild.
I'm sorry, I said a bad word.
That's a wild story, though. I mean, like, okay, so I remember you guys did the skit with YuGiOh, and y'all were talking about the guy who's like to turn the hat, and you know that's a game loss.
That's a real story.
That's it. Yeah. Is that your story, or is that like somebody?
That was a story about a guy who went to our locals. So the guy who goes to our locals, that happened to him at one of the events where this dude who was new to head judging, basically told him, "Hey, that's they were just playing a game. He called for a judge. He'd made a judge call. Judge comes over, issues a ruling, and he goes, well, I want to appeal to the head judge. And the head judge walks by and goes, I don't need to appeal this. I trust what my judge says, and walks off, which as a head judge you are not supposed to do. That is completely not okay. Listen to your players. You're there to run the event and help your players. And so he's upset, and he turned his hat, and the dude comes back and he's like, I saw you turn your hat. That's an aggressive move. You're getting a game loss. And then eventually he got DQ'd because he told us about it, and so people were talking about it, and the judge goes, you need to quit talking about that, or else I'm going to disqualify you. And he's like, I can't control people. I told him to stop talking about it, and then like a round later he comes by and gets a DQ slip.
I feel like that judge should lose his judge status.
He is no longer allowed to be a head judge, from what I've been told.
I mean, that's that. I wouldn't even let that guy be a judge. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, nope, you're out of the program.
Yeah, so from what I've heard, he's no longer allowed to be a judge. I think the funniest interaction I've had with a judge was I was playing Speedroids in an event, and one of the head judge takes a look at my list, hands it to one of the other judges, and the other judge is like, Speedroids, huh? Why are you only playing 2 of this? And I was like, because of this. And he's like, why 3 of this? And I was like, because this. And he's like, it's a good list. And then passes it, puts it down on the table. He's like, you're good to go. And I was like, why did you question? He questioned me specifically about the Speedroid monsters too. So I was like, does he know? Does he know the secret?
Does he know? Actually, funny enough, the first time I met Slim, like you've mentioned that you've heard of him. I don't know if
I know him.
Yeah.
He's on Amino, which is where I know him from.
Oh, okay. Well, me and Slim are actually buddies because on Facebook, and like actually, spoiler alert, guys. My next episode behind the screen is actually Slim. So anyway, Slim. The first time I met Slim, right, at that tournament, right, because you mentioned your match slip, I had a similar situation. I was playing Heretics when they like first came out.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I hate Heretics.
My list was not good. It was not good. All right, so instead of playing the normal dragons you're supposed to play, I had an obsession with fire dragons as a younger self. So I was playing a monster called Yamadron. This is a McDonald's dragon monster.
I'm gonna pull up Wikipedia right now and look this thing up.
Yeah, it's a McDonald's exclusive or something like that. That's how we got it. It's just a common. It's not good. Like 16 attack, 18 defense, level 5 dragon.
Level 5. This thing is crazy looking.
Yeah.
No, he comes out of Yugi's world.
Okay. So there you go. I got him from a McDonald's pack or something like that. That's how I got a hold of him. I think. I don't remember. Anyway, the point is that's what he was. It's like that's the Yamadron, right? That dragon. I put that on the list. The guy goes through my list and he's all like, "Is this a real card?" I'm like, "Yes, that's why it's a." He's all like, and then he's like asking me to see it, but I left my deck in the car. Cause I was just there to drop the deck list and leave. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't planning. It was the Friday before the event. I wasn't planning on staying. So, and he's just like, "I'm gonna trust it." I'm like, okay.
You can look it up on TCG Player.
Yeah, it's like it's a normal dragon. Like, like oh my god. I went through. So he spends about like I want to say he must have like stared at my list for like 5 minutes just staring at the word Yamadron. Just like he was sitting there like.
To be fair, it looks like one of those cards that like you see on YuGiOh Pro, where it's like with those old vanilla monsters for some reason that we just don't have that they import in every OTS pack or so.
Yeah. Well,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end, it was just one of those old school monsters.
Some old McDonald's card, like what is it, Steam Healer? Is it E-Hero Steam Healer?
Yeah, something like that. There's also like, what was it? Some other like water monster that you could only get in the McDonald's packs.
Cosmo Queen.
Millennium Shield. Yeah, those cards are all like, you know what I mean? They're not necessarily good. They're just
hard. You just don't see them.
Yeah, and it was just. So that was my funny story with a judge, I guess a Konami judge who was like doing the deck list thing. He was just sitting there like, "Is that a real card?"
I don't think I've ever been deck checked. At the most recent event I went to, I wrote down Mech Knight Purple Nightfall, and then for the rest of the Mech Knights I just wrote MK, and I was like, I hope they understand.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you're supposed to be allowed to do abbreviations a little bit. Like, you know, like Black.
It has to be an understandable abbreviation. Like, if you do Speedroids, you can write SR, because in Japan, they're called SR.
Yeah, they don't really have the full name written out.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's got to be an easier way to get deck list in. There just has to be.
There is... I'm going to pull it off the wall. This is my... You can print them off of a Dueling Book, which is what we did for the YCS. So this is my YCS Speedroid list that I hung up on the wall.
There you go. I mean, I'm just saying, like, and I just sometimes I wish that I could just like email it in or something. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, like, because I'd rather just type it up on the screen on the computer and just.
It's so much easier just to be like, all right, DB, input the cards, and then print.
Yeah, I wish I had known about that like a few years ago, because I had for the longest time was just sitting there like, take the deck, write it down.
It's especially bad when your extra deck is just 15 one-ofs.
Yeah. And just sitting there like, or like when back in my day, like in the Lightsworn, for us Lightsworn players, we all know this all too well, especially for like 60 card decks.
The first regional I went to, I played against. It was 8 rounds, and 4 of those rounds were 60 card decks. And like afterwards, I was like, man. Well, afterwards I got food poisoning, so I wasn't really thinking about anything except, oh god, my stomach hurts. But like. After that, I was like, man, I remember looking at the deck list sheet, and I was like, how did they fit everything on here?
Yeah, the thing is, we had to start writing on the back.
Yep, you flip it on the back, and you write.
Yeah, you gotta write, and like one of the things, like I'm so like I don't know what you call it, OCD. Like I gotta write like monsters, spells, traps.
You got to do
and
the
then, like,
whole
make
boxes.
yeah, I gotta make the boxes. I'm like that. I'm like, okay, now I can do it. Oh man. Well, I think that's about all I've got question wise. I think we've got a good start to the insight of Cyrus, aka Invoked 101, the man behind on the screen. So, guys, if you've made it this far into the video, I mean, wow. Cy, is there anything you want to let people know before we end the interview?
Not really. I'm pretty closed.
You hear that, guys? He says he's pretty. Just kidding. Just hair flipping on like it's like yeah. Oh my god. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, make sure you subscribe to Invoked 101. He's a really friendly guy. And make sure you, if you're new to the Ben 10,000 YuGiOh channel, maybe you give me a sub. You know, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I'm Ben 10,000 YuGiOh. This is Invoked 101, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.